Hello Stamper, welcome to French's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to share with you how to use the wood mount stamp set case, so the big case, to store your blends in it. And see, they're not falling. So I'm going to show you how to do the insert and how I've done this. I'm going to have the supplies list on my blog for that, so you can come and get all the supplies you need for that. Over here, I print this on my computer, the name of the blends that's going to be in this case. You can also write it by hand. The strip here, it is 7 by 1. And then I just use designer series paper and just cut it at 7 1/8 by 11 1/8. Or you can try at a quarter. It seems somewhat tighter than the other, so 11 1/4 or just a little bit shorter than that, and you just insert your designer series paper. It's a sleeve here, so you just slide that in. See? Boom. So let's get started. Oh, one important thing. So in your blends, you see they're lay flat. You have to make it fit 7 there, 7 there. You cannot have them sideways. And what I mean by sideways, it would be that color, the name of the color that show, that will not fit in this case if you want to close it. So they need to lay flat like this. So that way you fit 7 there, 7 there. And I know they all by 2, light, dark, and so on. So those two here gonna match. I could have put just 6, but I figure we're gonna expand on this, so it's gonna be easier for my storage. And then I put my color there also. I'm gonna show you how to do that. And then when you close it, they snap and they stay closed. You cannot stand your blend standing up like this. This is a no-no, because the ink would go all at one end. So you're going to have to store this flat. That's why I put the color this way. So they're going to be flat. I can see which case that I need. And now I can see that I push my paper a bit too much. So if you push, just pull back up. And voila. Okay, you're going to need a paper. You can start with a piece of 11 long. It would make it easier. By 5, and this here going to make 2 insert, one for one side, for the left side, one for the right side. First thing that I did to make life much easier, take a Sharpie, take a piece of cardstock, mark your the measurement that we're going to need. We're going to need 3/8 and 5/8. So 3/8, it's in between the quarter mark and the half, the medium line there. You're going to put this here to match the top line and the bottom line there. This is 3/8. You're going to mark it. And the 5/8, it's the medium line between the half mark and the 3/4 mark. And you're going to mark that there. I'm using a Sharpie because we got a lot to do. And I'm going to show you how to erase that when we're done. I done it here because I didn't want to score all that. It would take too long. But let me share with you. So when I start, I'm going to start at 5/8, and we can start here. It's hard to make it straight sometimes. So put it there at, 5/8. So put that straight at 5/8 and score. Now, you don't, that's the only time you're going to use the edge of the mark. If you find it tough, because you know the thing don't go all the way there, so it's easy to move, just come here. And the 5/8, again, it's in between the 3/4 and the half. So move it there and then score it. Remember the light blade score. Now, that's the only time you're going to follow the measurement on the side of the paper. From now on, it's all the score. So that's why I make you do those marks. Now, you get the 5/8. It's 1/5/8, 2/3/8, 1/5/8, 2/3/8. So you're going to have to sing that as you go along so you know where you're going. So, okay, I did 5/8. I'm going to move my score line to 3-8. So it's moved right there to the 3-8. Score. 3-8 again. It's the score line to 3-8. Score. I get 2 3-8. Now we go at 5-8. So the last score, you move that at 5-8. Score. Now we're going to do 2 at 3-8. It's the score line. 3-8. And again, score line. 3-8. And again, score line at 5-8. So you're going to do that the whole length of this. At the end, just cut when you're the last score of the 3-8 there, cut at the 5-8. Or you can cut that at the end when we're going to assemble, no problem. So now that you get all your score, again, it's 5-8, and then you go from the score at 3-8, 3-8, then 5-8, 3-8, 3-8, 5-8, 3-8, 3-8, 5-8, 3-8, 3-8, and go all the way. So you should have in all 7 center score. What I mean by that, you see I get score there in the center. You should have 7 of that. We need to cut this before we accordion fold it, because if you accordion fold first, it don't cut straight. So now we're going to cut that at 2.5. So now you get 1 and 1. And the reason why I say do it at once first, oh, let me show you this here. Let me remove the phone. I'm sorry. So to remove this here, just takes, this is hand sanitizer. Take your hand sanitizer. Et voila, the Sharpie's gone. That's it. Okay. Now we get that clean. So another time, if you get some measurement you need to mark, just mark it. Now you're going to take this, and I like all the center line to go in the top here. So I just fold it this way. Fold all the center. Fold. And fold. Now what I'm going to do, it's put it down. Fold down, fold down. Fold down. So you see where we're going with this, right? Now we're going to use our, I like to use my, oh, that's just half of one. I got a full one here. Here we go. My silicone mat. Now you're going to take your fast fuse here, or you can use tear and tape, whatever you prefer. I like my fast fuse. Run that all along. And again, all along. And I go in the center also. I want to make sure that puppy stay down. Here we go. Now what we're going to do is build, and that's why I need this, so it won't get stuck anywhere else. So I just, all those ones going to get stuck together. You see on the mat it lifts right up, so I can keep on going. Squeeze that good together. And squeeze. See, it's not bad. After the scoring, that's where you have to pay attention, because it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It's almost like doing step dance. Okay, now we're going to take our case. And I try different way. I try all the way in the bottom, in the center, and here is the best way. So one of the hand, I bet is going to be too long, but we're going to fix that. Where you get this Stampin' Up logo, just go below that. Go right, oops, before, you're going to need a strip. Start with about, oh, I would say 8-inch. It's going to be too long, but we're going to fix that. Score ½ and score at 1. So score at half and 1, and this is 1 inch wide. So we're going to put fast fuse right here. And on the other side, just on the first step. And this here, gonna go, you get the curve there, go about just below the curve almost, about, oh, halfway the curve. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna show you closer where I did. So you see that little edge there? I went almost at the edge of that. Just pass it a little bit. So then you know for the next one you don't have that. So that side. So just by the curve. Now take this. Put that right over there. I line that with my center here. See my center right here? That's where. Okay, put the first one. Now let me get my blends. I won't go in the perfect order there. I'm just going to go. So you put the blend there. Squeeze that there. Put your next blend. Squeeze that there. Put the next one. Remember, flat. You want that flat. Sometimes you have to pull a bit on them, on the paper. Here we go. And again. And again. And again. See, sometimes I have to pull on the paper. Now, remember I told you it's going to be too long? That's exactly what happened. So now, I don't want to cut too much in advance because I'd rather have it too long than too short. So what you're going to do is just take this here. Here we go. Now, you're going to take your, I call this the strap. And I don't measure that because depending on how much you pull in that, you want it tight, but not too tight or not too loose. Now, I'm going to pull this, go right here, mark this right there. Now, I'm going to come here and cut. Now, take your silicone mat. You see, I put a lot of glue there. And again, tuck this here. Et voila, how solid it is. The strap, you don't want it too high. And the reason why, it's because when you pull this here, you need the chance to pull it up. If you put too much in the middle, it's going to pull the strap. You need place to lift your marker. So now what I done, I know which color that, okay, it's Smoky Slate, the next one that's going to be there. So what I would do is take my Smoky Slate. Is that the dark? That's the light. So I would use the dark color. I don't know where I put it now. So I would, well, let's do the light. So I would put this here, put it in the bottom there. And then here we go. Put this down. I'm going to put another one there just for, so it's more tight there. And then I'm going to put on it Smoky. And then I'm going to put light. So I just put the first name and the light. And see how solid it is. So this won't go nowhere and they should very good. So again, just put your paper. You can put your name over there. So you're going to fit 14 in here and 14 in there. That would be 28. And we got 12 color. That's 24. And the ivory and the bronze that make 26. And then we get the lifter that make 27. So we're going to have a spare spot. Because we get 14, 14 make the 28. See, with 2Ks, you're going to have just one of the spot that's going to be empty. So, oh, this makes sense. I'm going to have all the measurement on my blog. And this is the trick here. It is 583838, 583838, 583838. And then you're going to fold it and put your adhesive on it. This is it, my friend. Hope this helped you and get your blendability store. Remember, do not store them up. That's a no-no. Always flat, flat. Okay? That is it, my friend. Have a lovely day and thank you so much. Bye-bye for now.